listening live in Los Angeles, iHeartRadio, Fox Sports Radio, and FS1. It is great to have you here. Hour 2, we are live. The Herd sponsored by Firestone Complete Auto Care. Keeps your car running newer, keeps your car running longer. So, the first thing I do when a game ends, and this goes back to when I played, this is just the way I've always done. I go to the box score. You see coaches after a game. You ever seen a coach after a game? They're doing this. They're looking at the box score. Because you watch the game, and then you kind of want to go to the box score to see if there's anything you miss. Like last night, they showed Steve Kerr looking at the box score at half, and he was going, we got 10 turnovers. Hey, did you see that last night? They were literally showing Steve Kerr at half. They mic'd him up, and he was like, oh, we got 10 turnovers. That's really the game. We're giving them too many free balls here. We're giving them. And so you can coach on the sidelines, but you do need some data at halftime. In the end, give me data. How many timeouts? What's going on? What's happening on the glass? Is what I'm seeing the truth? So when I went to the box score after the game, here's what jumped out to me. Field goal percentage, both teams shot 39%. Free throw percentage, both teams were over 85%. Three-point percentage, both teams 32, 33%. That's all even. Assists, even. Here's what wasn't. Blocks. Houston 9, Golden State 3. Blocks are about effort. P.J. Tucker had 15, 16 rebounds. He's 6'5". That jumped out to me in the box score. Here's the problem. This is why I wonder, can this be sustained? There's generally a rule I believe to be true. In life, you are what you repeatedly do. Let that sink in. In life, you are what you repeatedly do, not inconsistently do, not occasionally do. P.J. Tucker's not going to get 16 rebounds. The Houston Rockets are not going to get 9 blocks. There is a term in society, it is true, it has been studied by real doctors. It is called hysterical strength. It is a display of extreme strength by humans beyond their norm. You talk about when a mom, a dad, son trapped under a car, lifts it. You've heard about that. It's triggered during massive life-threatening situations. It's called hysterical strength. It is a real thing. Now, we did not see hysterical strength last night, but what we saw is something that I'm not sure can be sustained. We didn't know if Houston, we really didn't. You didn't unless you live in Houston. Could Houston take a punch? Are they one of those boxers? Can punch, great, glass chin. Kind of thought Houston was. But they sustained 2 shots last night. They fell behind 12-0, and then Steph Curry had 11 points in 90 seconds. Both on the road. They got clobbered, hit to the chin twice, and won the fight. Can that be sustained? When I looked at the box score, the numbers that jumped out to me were effort numbers. 9 blocks to 3. P.J. Tucker, 16 rebounds. Because when you think, let's play the word association game. When I say Houston Rockets, what are the 5 or 6 things you think of first? When I say Houston Rockets, the first thing I think of is three-pointers. Second thing I think of, well, Daryl Morey, analytics. He's like the most analytically driven GM in the league. The third thing I think about is, Harden's beard, his step-back shot. Fourth thing I think about is Mike D'Antoni. He's got this system. It's a little soft. The fifth thing I think about is Chris Paul coming over to join Harden. The sixth thing I think about is the word ISO. They do ISO ball a lot. Okay. You know what I didn't list in that word association game? P.J. Tucker having that many rebounds. Houston playing that kind of defense. So I'm not sure if it can be sustained. You are in life what you repeatedly do. Dynasties don't generally play like that at home in the fourth. They don't. Here are, though, now, I don't want to overreact. I don't want to overreact by what we saw last night. Because, like I said, if I had a bad radio segment today, I would not sleep tonight, and I'd work harder tomorrow. So generally what you see last night on TV, you're not going to duplicate it. You have these wild swings. Boston looks unbeatable at home, then Cleveland clobbers Boston twice in Cleveland. What do we get tonight? I don't know. Teams make changes. But here's 4 numbers that if you're the Golden State Warriors should concern you. Number 1, Houston has beaten Golden State 4 of the last 7 times they played. That's not about a bad fourth quarter. They've beaten them 4 to 7 times. Secondly, they've beaten them twice at Oracle. Oracle is not a big issue for the Rockets. Third number that should scare them. There's 3 games left. 2 are in Houston. They have home court edge. Dynasties, they can win on the road. It's always harder. And number 4 is, in the 7 games they've played, this is scarier if you're the Warriors. Neither team's beaten the other back-to-back games. Here's the scores. I'll put them on the screen. And by the way, this is why I say, when I watched LeBron tonight against Boston, and let's say LeBron and the Cavaliers, I picked them in 6, beat Boston. Now, I've wavered because I can't figure out, I think these are 2 deeply flawed teams. But I will tell you, if LeBron wins tonight, and you look at those numbers I'm showing you, Houston now, 3 games, got to win 2, and 2 are at home. And they don't have a problem winning at Oracle. And Golden State's never beaten them back-to-back. That should worry Warrior fans. Steph Curry, sometimes not 100%. Clay banged his knee. Andre Iguodala, not 100%. Everybody's fine for Houston. Chances are James Harden's a lot better in Game 5 than he was last night in Game 4. When you watch the game tonight, I think LeBron knows, I don't match up with Golden State. We don't have an answer for Kevin Durant. I can't guard Kevin Durant. LeBron knows that. They have things they don't have an answer for. But I think LeBron is energized watching that game last night and thinking to himself, I may get Houston. And I think Cleveland can play with Houston. There are 5 reasons I think LeBron thinks, oh, no. This is a winnable final. First of all, LeBron's been in a lot of these finals. This Houston group hasn't. It matters. Number 2 is Kerr, D'Antoni, Brad Stevens. Who's the 3rd best coach there? D'Antoni's the guy you'd rather face than Steve Kerr. Number 3 is, come on, man. Cleveland can't match up with Durant. Tristan Thompson's too slow. Kevin Love is too slow, and it's exhausting for LeBron. Number 4 is, Houston hasn't seen a ton of LeBron. Chris Paul hasn't faced him much. Trevor Ariza hasn't faced him much. Mike D'Antoni hasn't faced him much. That tsunami of LeBron, man, if you haven't faced it, it is a real thing. It takes you games to adjust to LeBron. Brad Stevens is having troubles adjusting to him. Brad Stevens has seen a ton of LeBron. Dwayne Casey's seen a ton of LeBron. And a lot of these coaches seen a ton of LeBron. They still can't figure him out. And number 5 is, if Cleveland plays Houston, I want you to think about this. Who's going to get the MVP? James Harden. It's going to be right in LeBron's face. Remember last time LeBron faced a guy? Derrick Rose, MVP. Hey, LeBron, you're not as good as Derrick Rose. Remember what LeBron did to Derrick Rose? The Cavs will have the best player in that series. And the best player in that series, LeBron James, has been told all year, it is outrageous to consider LeBron MVP over James Harden. Don't you think LeBron James would say, no, I got this. I'll guard James, 8 minutes to go. I'll guard James Harden. I want to make a point tonight. We know LeBron, when he is absolutely engaged, is easily the best player in the world. Now, are there moments, quarters, when LeBron against Toronto got this in the bag? Absolutely. I mean, there's no question. LeBron is human. You put him up against James Harden in a series, you are going to get relentless LeBron. They got a shot. Houston be favored. Houston should be favored. Houston's got more good players. I'm not denying that. But matchup-wise, you put the starting 5s up between between the Cavaliers and the Houston Rockets. You put the starting 5s up. It is a lot closer than when you put up the Cavs starting 5 and the Warriors starting 5. I mean, there's some bad mismatches. And not a lot of bad mismatches. Chris Paul's better than George Hill, but George Hill is a lot longer, a lot bigger. Harden and J.R. Smith, okay, it's a mismatch, but so's LeBron and Trevor Ariza. Kevin Love's 4.5 inches taller than P.J. Tucker. He can score. Tristan Thompson, Clint Capella? Clint's better? Not by that much. Not by that much. I'm not counting Kyle Korver. He has moments. He catches fire. They have Eric Gordon. There are moments he catches fire. That series, Rockets-Cavs, Rockets should be favored, sounds way more competitive to me. Buy, sell, or hold around the corner. Listen, if you listen to our show, we often talk about, all the time, the evolution of sports. Getting better, training harder, training smarter. Right now, my desk got a Body Armor sports drink. It is the smarter, more natural sports drink. Potassium-packed electrolytes. Only natural flavors and sweeteners. No colors from artificial sources. I look up and down the back of this label, almost no sugar. It's frankly just the more natural sports drink. Check it out yourself. Go to drinkbodyarmor.com, drinkbodyarmor.com. More natural, better hydration. Thanks, Gatorade. Body Armor will take it from here. Potassium-packed electrolytes. No colors from artificial sources.